At Yuma County Superior Court and met the happy couple. She's live in the studio with more. Molly.
Thanks, Irene. Yeah, it's been a week of firsts for the same-sex community in Arizona. And here in Yuma County, today was the first time a same-sex couple was married.
And it finally did happen, and I'm just so emotional and excited.
A couple makes history Wednesday, becoming the first same-sex couple to tie the knot in Yuma County.
And like any other person, they have their dreams ever since they were little, and obviously this was one of my biggest dreams, you know.
The happy couple has been planning for about a year, originally out of state.
Everybody else, the attorney's telling me we were going to be the first couple. It's just so, excited to be part of, history of Yuma County.
Arizona Governor Jan Brewer recently said she was disappointed, but others are celebrating the lift of the marriage ban.
A change for our state and a change in not only the way we do business, but a social change.
There is a change coming, even though we have a governor who, for her own personal reasons, she feels the way she does.
As the first gay couple to get married, Luis and his husband Francisco say they hope to be an advocate for the gay community.
I
feel a little nervous, but also very excited. It's an honor to be the first gay couple to get married. I'm happy to be at Luis's side, who is now my husband.
God loves each and every one of his children, and we're here, and we're glad we are that, in a way, a role model for future couples to get married here.
The newlyweds feel overjoyed and hope to be an example for those looking to tie the knot. Live in the studio, Molly Lang, News 11. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Molly.
This is News 11's Evening Edition, your #1 source for news in the desert Southwest.
Thank you for joining us. Officials from the Yuma Police Department say a moped rider died when another driver made a left turn and they collided last night.
News 11's Molly Lang has the latest details in this Crime Tracker 11 report. She's live in the studio now. So, Molly, what's the word on the charges the other driver faces?
Well, Nico, a 28-year-old was arrested and booked in the Yuma County Detention Center after involved in a fatal crash last night. He was in court this afternoon facing several charges. Nikolai Graney was in court Thursday, facing charges following a fatal crash Wednesday night. Police say Graney was westbound in the left turn lane on 32nd Street and believe he failed to stop for a red light, colliding with a moped driven by a 23-year-old man.
It proceeded to turn during a red turn signal and it collided with a moped, which caused significant injury to the driver of the moped. He was transported to RMC where he was pronounced deceased.
Graney is facing charges for endangerment, causing serious injury or death while committing a moving violation, and criminal damage. The investigation on this fatal crash is still being looked into by YPD. Officials from the Yuma County Jail say Graney was scheduled to be released at 5 o'clock tonight. He will appear in court Monday to see whether formal charges are filed against him. Reporting live in the studio, Molly Lang, News 11.
All right, Molly, thank you very much. Well, closer to home tonight, officials from the Yuma Police Department say a moped rider died when another driver made a left turn and they collided last night. News 11's Molly Lang has the details in this Crime Tracker 11 report. She's live in the studio now. So, Molly, it sounds like the other driver is facing some criminal charges now.
Yes, that's right, Nico. A 28-year-old was arrested and booked in the Yuma County Detention Center after involved in a fatal accident last night. He was in court this afternoon facing several charges. Officials from the Yuma County Sheriff's Office say that Graney was scheduled to be released at 5. He will appear in court Monday to see whether formal charges are filed against him. Reporting live in the studio, Molly Lang, News 11.
All right, Molly, thank you very much for that.
Coming up on Nightside, a cruise ship passenger who has been quarantined walked off the ship today virus-free. What does this mean for the rest of the group that was being monitored? We have the latest.
Gabrielle Gifford is back in Arizona as part of her 9-day tour. We have more on how she is raising awareness on domestic and gun violence and how this is a critical issue for women.
Plus, autopsy results are in on the body that was found in the Colorado River earlier this week. What YCSO investigators are now saying. Nightside starts now.
Live from KYMA Studios, this is News 11 Nightside, your #1 source for news in the desert Southwest.
Thank you for joining us here on News 11. This afternoon, a cruise ship passenger is out of quarantine, and if they continue to be symptom-free tonight at midnight, 48 more people who have been monitored by the Centers for Disease Control over the last 21 days will be considered virus-free.
Jay Gray has details on that and a public apology from the hospital at the center of the crisis.
Early this morning, a lab supervisor who had been quarantined at sea.
Dozens of healthcare workers are still self-monitoring and being told to stay away from the public right now.
In Charlottesville, Virginia, they are still waiting for confirmation on whether a body found yesterday is that of Hannah Graham, the University of Virginia student who disappeared 5 weeks ago.
NBC's Gabe Gutierrez reports. Investigators from the Yuma County Sheriff's Office completed an autopsy result of a body deputies found Wednesday morning in the Colorado River. Deputies, along with Borstar, recovered a woman's remains near South 6.5 E. She was found wearing blue jeans and an orange tank top. Unfortunately, there's no positive ID yet. The body was in the Colorado for at least 3 days. The case still remains under investigation. If you know anything, call the Yuma County Sheriff's Office.
Police and FBI in Pennsylvania shifted their search for Eric Freen to the woods of southern Monroe County on Saturday.
Freen is accused in the shooting that killed Trooper Brian Dickinson and wounded Trooper Alex Douglas last month. Eric Diebel has the latest. After searching the area for about 2 hours, troopers say they did not find Eric Freen, so the search for him continues. Well, I am really liking this October weather in the 90s. Are those temperatures here to stay?
They are here to stay, and we're going to be seeing those 90s throughout the week and throughout the next couple weeks, actually, if you want to take a look at what's going on in our live sky cam. Thank you, Yuma Rehabilitation Hospital. Weather forecast, I'll let you know if it does inch up and begin to get just a bit hotter. We'll have more for you later on in the show.
Awesome. Can't wait. Thanks. Well, the fitness device that keeps track of your steps and much more is becoming the trend. We'll tell you why coming up next on News 11, where news comes first.
Hey Studios, this is News 11 Nightside, your #1 source for news in the desert Southwest.
Welcome back, everyone. Now, they have become the latest fashion symbol of our digital world, those bracelet-like fitness tracking devices that are helping millions keep in step with the times and their bodies.
That's right, Heather. Well, NBC Katie Tur reports on that.
Very cool. You know, Molly, we have one of those bracelets and here at work, and I still have yet to wear mine. I mean, they're good. I should do it. It keeps track, but just don't like wearing it every day.
I've been using it a little bit. It is kind of a process since you have to take out the bit, plug it in, all of that. But not only does it track our steps, but also our sleep cycle. That would be pretty interesting.
Oh, yeah. Not too much sleep around here. We know coming up later in sports, the red hot AFC West in the mid to upper, sometimes even lower 60s at night, Molly. So it's starting to get a lot cooler during the nighttime. Yeah. And during the day, we're hopefully going to stick to those low 90s, maybe even inch onto those 80s soon, another week or two. And something to look forward to, I guess, if you guys are looking to cool down a bit.
I have noticed the lower temperatures getting up in the morning. I'm looking for that sweater or, something to warm me up, maybe turn on the heat. Not yet, but definitely feeling it now.
Sooner rather than later, it's coming. Well, you know what, coming up next in sports, the Cardinals took